What's good, man? Welcome
Yes,
back
sir.
to another episode of Bender Yarns, man. You already know it's the only podcast for the hood.
From the hood,
Fuck, I
man.
just lost my breath there. Hey, Juice, what's up, Saga?
What's goody, man? Swanee.
Hey, on today's episode, man, we can't stress that this guy is one of the Polynesian greats. Moldy, bro, this guy is traveling to do what he does best, man. Comedy shows. He even has his own fucking, show on Comedy Central, bro.
Yeah.
How fucking cool is that?
Come on now.
Hey, everyone in the room, give a warm welcome for Joe Daymond, bro.
Appreciate you, brothers. Sure, Saga, sure, Svenny. Appreciate you having me, brothers.
Nah, all good, bro. Like we said off camera, man, it's been a pleasure having you on, man. And the first time this guy followed us, bro, I was telling him, screenshot sent to the group chat, boys. Look who just followed us, bro.
Not the excited ones, bro.
Yeah, hard, bro.
I loved it, bro. And like one thing I really want to say I love about you boys is, I think I caught on to you guys like the same way a lot of people did, like through the videos and stuff.
Yeah.
And my brother here was
Yeah.
with the dance that changed the world. Bro, that was me. And then
Boy,
when you boys
smooth
started
with
your podcast, like, because I started podcasting 2017.
No way.
So like, you know, I've watched so many and I've done, so many myself. And then I just loved like how you boys spoke, like what you spoke about.
Yeah.
Podcasts are so easily just like dudes just talking about stuff that's only important to them.
Yeah.
And it's real disengaging.
Yeah.
But bro, you boys were so relatable from like the get-go, and I just want to
appreciate
congratulate
it.
you for that, because
Thank you,
I
bro.
honestly, I've loved so many of your episodes that you guys have done.
Yeah.
And so
we love you, man. I love you, man.
Thank you for what you found.
Nah,
What you
thank you, son. Thank
I
you,
appreciate
bro.
it, brothers. I love it, man.
Nah, thank you,
Oh,
man.
wow,
Hey,
man.
people been asking where's J5. He left the group, man. No, fucking joking, bro. He didn't leave,
Hey,
bro. If
man.
you guys are watching our past
Yeah.
episodes,
You go back to episode 5, man. We explained it there, but Jay's not here at the moment.
he's
He's got some, he got some things that he's got to
Yeah.
deal with at home.
So it's really none of your fucking
Yeah,
business.
straight up. Oh.
Nah, Jack. But he's busy. He'll be back soon, man.
Yeah.
But anyways, bro, you're doing a tour right now, bro. You're in mid-tour. Your show, how is it, Solid?
But it's been good. It's been good. I did my first night last night. I don't know when this come out, but this is being filmed on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Friday. So last night was the first night. It was horrible, but it was it was mean. It was mean.
Shout out to the GC crowd,
because
man.
I'm doing 4 shows in Brizzy.
Yeah.
And so I did one Thursday night. And midweek shows are always hard. But
Why?
right, people got work tomorrow, the
Yeah.
next day.
Hard out.
Like, they're not really drinking.
Yeah.
And if they've never come out to a comedy show,
Yeah.
bro, like, this is gonna sound weird, but with comedy in particular, you have to have like a certain confidence to even go, because
Facts.
for a lot of people, like, laughing is quite like a vulnerable thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you're in a room with like other people and you haven't really done that in public, a lot of people come in and they're quite actually like scared to do
Scared
that.
to laugh.
So if you get a whole group of people like that and then you add in a Thursday night so no one's really drinking,
Yeah.
it can actually be like quite awkward.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
And there's only so much you can do as a comedian to like ease that. You're really- So bro, you're getting like 15 minutes in and you're like, damn, I've just done my best joke and I've still got 45 minutes to go. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So you get shows like that still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing is like it's cool to just, because these shows are pretty small, like there's 75 people.
Yeah.
So like it's mean just to like come out and
Yeah.
connect in like a smaller space anyway. So,
Mad.
bro, they've been meaner. They've
That's
been good.
mad, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, and 75 is not little, bro. If you think about it, like what? That's like
I
2
know.
classrooms.
Yeah. It's still pretty big.
That's like
But it's small enough to see everyone's faces,
Yeah,
especially when they're not laughing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Oh, bro, you see all
Just
of
like
it.
this.
You see the bro checking his watch. You see
Imagine
auntie
cunts on
checking
their
her
phone.
phone and texting. And, bro, you see all of that. You see, and
I would have
like,
been so disheartened. bro.
honestly, bro, I've been doing it for 8 years. It still rattles you, to be
Yeah.
honest. Bro, it gets you good. Like, someone will go to the toilet and then you'll be on stage in your head like, oh, they're sick of me now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We
And
do
then-
the worst.
Bro,
man.
and then you'll just be in your head, like, in the middle of the show, you'll just be in your head like, damn, did they just leave? And then you'll see them come back from the toilet and you're like, now it's just the shits. We're back in.
How do you compose that, bro? Like with that
Yeah.
much pressure,
Yeah,
like
hard.
knowing that like these guys are looking at you, you say a joke and you like lock eyes with a random and they're just like,
Bro, it is, yeah. To be honest, I would love to say after 8 years, like, it gets easier, but
yeah,
to be honest, the stakes only get higher because, now when you're younger, you're doing like a show, like a lineup show. So there's like 6 of you. You're doing 10 minutes. No one's paid to come see you specifically. So whilst you suck, like there's not as much pressure.
Yeah.
Whereas last week in Sydney, bro, it's like 320, 330 people.
Bro. Hectic.
And some of them have driven all the way from out west, like an hour and a half.
Yeah, man.
And they've paid like, you know, like $30 is a lot of money in this like economy.
Yeah.
You know, so you do carry that pressure, and you're like, damn. And some of them have been following me for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And you know that because they've just messaged you before the show.
Yeah, they make sure.
Hey, brother, I've followed you for 5 years. I put off my wedding so I could come tonight. And I'm like, thanks, brother.
You shouldn't have done that.
Thanks, brother. Don't message me ever again.
Yeah, word.
Bro.
Word.
So you just like, and bro, like, you know what we're like as islanders, like we hate disappointing people. Like,
Yeah,
like,
100.
I wish we had the Palangi thing of like, oh, you know, I'll be accepted no matter what.
Yeah.
Nah. I wish we had that shit.
They didn't go through any trauma
Oh,
whatsoever.
bro, they didn't have any trauma of your mum pinching you in the arm.
Dragging you by the ear.
If you say the wrong word.
100% G.
So, bro, so you do carry all of that, and it is a lot of pressure, but I guess to sort of alleviate that, you've got to just have like, and not to turn out like I'm, you know, Denzel Washington and Remember the Titans, but you do have to kind of like pump yourself up in a way to offset that pressure, and which is also like a whole nother game, and that's why I guess I introduced like my spirituality and stuff, and
Mad.
bringing all that in, and that's sort of the stuff you've got to do, like when you start to get up to a level where like pretty much every gig, like the pressure's on.
Yeah, right.
But bro, it's me. Like, I'm
Let's
making
see.
it out like I'm doing something hard. Like it's really not. But
It is though. It is, bro.
You
It's
get
like,
in front of people like that, bro, and then, you know, sometimes you don't know how they're going to take you.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll be shitting myself, bro.
Oh, bro.
100%, bro. Like, I can't picture myself standing there, walking up and down and just cracking a joke and
No cunt laughs.
no cunt laughs, bro, and then like still having to go. You know what I mean?
Okay, if someone came up to you boys and said, "Okay, I'm gonna give you 10 grand. You have to do 5 minutes." What's the first thing you think you'd go on stage and talk about? Or what's the first thing you'd joke about? What do you reckon? You got 5 minutes. And 5 minutes is not that long, so it doesn't have to be anything like
Probably
crazy.
myself, bro. Take the mickey out of myself.
What would you say?
I don't know. I used to shit myself when I was a kid.
Oh shit!
Right?
That was relatable.
What?
I've never shit myself, bro.
As a kid?
Yeah.
You are lying.
Nah,
bro.
no way.
This guy's
Nah,
lying,
not as a
G.
kid. As an adult, nah.
Nah,
Nah, not as a kid, bro. I kid you not. I kid you not. Nah, probably not. Would you actually talk about that?
Well, what else is there to talk about? I don't know.
What's something relatable that, like, probably just dark humor?
I
guess.
mean, it's
heaps to
hard
talk
because
about.
shitting your undies is extremely relatable, but then I'm also like, there's more relatable stuff.
Oh my G. This guy chooses the lowest of the lowest.
Bro, I want to know if there was something that was already on your mind, G, because I'm like, I don't know
Nah,
why.
that's some trauma coming up, bro.
Bro, shit,
my
for
bad.
real.
My bad. I'm being too vulnerable now.
No, unpack it, G. Well, don't unpack it. Keep it in there, brother.
It goes up.
Don't
Hey
unpack
guys,
it too much, brother.
hey guys, I'm Swanee. I shot myself as a 5-year-old. You're right.
Oh shit! This isn't the AA meeting. This isn't the right place.
Oh,
I mean, G, it worked.
it did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I used to shit myself. That's pretty old.
Do you think, like, is your aim to make people laugh at you or with you?
That's a good question. Like, I would probably say, some people may disagree, but I probably don't do a lot of like self-deprecation as much, which is like making fun of yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I do in a way, but you know, a lot of people will go up and be like, a lot of comedians, a lot of people will go that way. A lot of comedians will, I guess, a lot of comedians, especially in New Zealand and Australia, like to like come from like the awkward angle, that they're like an awkward person.
Yeah,
that they
Yeah.
you know, they struggle to talk to people and
like
stuff
that
like
Asian
that.
fella. Aussie Asian dude.
Aaron Chen.
Yeah, bro.
But he's my favorite
awkward
Aussie
as
comedian.
to watch,
Yeah.
but he's crack up.
So he does it perfectly.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then like there's
Is that
a
a
lot
front?
of what's that?
Is it the front? What he does?
Do you know how you
Nah,
act awkward on the
I think
mic?
he is actually like that.
It's like a persona
I
he's doing.
haven't met him personally,
Okay.
but
Oh,
I think
yeah,
he is
that
actually like
bloke's
that.
crack up.
But he does it perfectly.
Yeah.
But then there's a lot of people that kind of default to that and they don't do it as well.
It comes off weird.
Yeah, it just comes off like kind of awkward. And you
Yeah.
just like more feel sorry for them because they'll be like, "Oh, my life sucks," and I'm like, "Yeah, brother, mine too. Make me laugh."
yeah, hard.
So like, I don't know. Like, I reckon always a good angle is to come from. I mean, what everyone says. There's kind of two rules of thumb you can play by is write what you know. So just talk about what you know, and then the second one is, what's like a common. Yeah, like a common experience.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's sort of
Something that everyone's been through, type of thing that everyone can relate to.
100%.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what would you do?
That
Sean?
everyone shit themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
Bro. That's
No, but that's why I was like, no, you're right.
100%.
Technically,
Shit myself.
I think the annoying thing is you checked every box, and I still didn't like it. But
What did you do?
you actually did
Bro,
nail it.
I swear, Mum's life. When I was in I was in prep, so I was
I was
5
about to
years
say
old.
grade 9, G.
No, I was 5 years old, and we just finished recess. Oh, bro, I had to take up this massive poo, bro. I couldn't. The teacher wouldn't let me go because we were only 5 minutes into class. So I sat there. We were painting. I was using green paint. I remember it vividly, bro. Bro, I was painting. This is proper trauma, bro. And I was like, Miss,
I'm sorry. I'm fucked.
I need to go to toilet. Bro, I had a fat log in my undies.
You're an ugly cunt.
Bro, 5 years old, bro.
Fat log.
Fat log, bro. It looked like a Snickers bar, G. Bro, I remember going to the toilet, pulling my pants down. It was massive, yeah. I was just sitting there crying. I walked back to class with I left my undies in the toilet. I walked back to class and I told my teacher if she could call my mum.
I think that's the worst when you get embarrassed or something. It's just stuck crying.
Bro, it's like, oh, bro, I was crying straight away. I seen it, I was like,
I don't know why.
Bro, this would actually go well. It would genuinely go well, I reckon.
bro, everyone shits themselves.
Everyone does.
Bro, I don't know what the fuck universe you guys come from, but I've never shat myself, bro. No word of a lie, bro.
5 years old.
5
as a
years
little
old,
kid.
bro. 5 years old.
Damn.
Well,
You-
bro, I'll piss
You must be
myself.
Super
Nah,
Saiyan,
nah,
bro.
you know why? You know why? Yeah, see, you can bring up trauma now. You know why? Because I'll pee the bed, but I'll get in trouble, bro.
Oh,
in
really?
trouble, so I'm like, fuck.
Oh, if I take this up
Yeah,
one
fuck.
level.
Exactly, bro. Imagine what I'm gonna get from this. So I learned from my mistakes, bro. I reckon if I didn't get,
If you didn't
handled the
piss
way it got
yeah.
handled, I would have definitely shot myself. But nah,
Bro.
not me, bro.
Saga, you know what's crazy is that would actually go well too. It actually would.
Why? Why?
You coming on stage and being like, straight up, I never shit myself as a kid. And people are like, oh, okay. Let me tell you why.
yeah.
There's something so funny about that.
Bro.
Because it's like you
That's so
doubling,
true.
because like you doubling down on it. It's crazy.
Do you do that with your shows? Like you try and make it as simple as possible, where people be like, "Oh, yeah, right," like
Yeah.
you know, and then people like catch on to it, and then you elaborate.
Yeah, so it's like a fuck, not to like sound like a
Nah, bro, toot your horn, bro.
technician about it, but
Yeah.
like
What's
there's
this,
like a comedic technique.
Technique,
It's called
yeah.
escalation.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like you say something and then people will think it's like a throwaway sort of line.
Mm.
And then continuing it actually makes it even funnier.
Yeah, yeah.
So like literally what you just did there is real funny because you alone just saying like I know for a fact I never shat my pants as a kid. That's already crack up. So people will think like, oh, okay, that's funny. He's gonna move on. The reason why is because and like you continuing talking about that like makes it crack up.
Because they used to get beat up for
Yeah,
pissing the bed.
Nah, but it's yeah, fair enough. But like the thing with comedy, right, and what you do and what we used to do, right? Like how you said we did the dance and stuff, right? People used to laugh and think that, but the moment you talk, it's like a whole different thing, bro.
It
You know
is.
what I mean?
It is.
Yeah.
And yeah, like
And a lot of people switch off,
yeah,
which is why
they
like
zone nowadays.
bro, and I know that like transition, you know, I've seen it a million times, which is why I credit you boys so much for being able to make it, because it's hard to even get people to follow along with you. Let alone the fact that you boys grew even more, like after starting a podcast and after talking about stuff.
Yeah, true.
So
Yeah, it is buzzy, because we're doing this fucking full time now. So it's crazy to do that. And like you going on and talking, doing all this stuff. Where did you like actually know, like, bro, I have a gift for this? Like, you know, the gift for the gab, bro.
Bro, I was like, I'm Fijian Māori, and in Māori culture, like a funeral is called a tangi, and a big part of a tangi is the night before the burial.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys know what a marae is? Like, like the meeting house. So
isn't that where you get like the cousins and stuff?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Oh, you would have heard the jokes about the.
What's the mattress
That's a whole
room?
thing.
What's the mattress
That's
room?
the thing. Everyone knows the mattress room. That's the. And it ain't a joke, but bro, so many like uppity Māoris will be like, I fucking hate when Māoris joke about like the mattress room and cousins hooking up, and then you'll go to them like, is it a lie? And they'll be like, well, no, but I'll be like, well, shut the hell up then. Well, shut the hell up, bro. Like the mattress room, but you know, we do open casket and everybody kind of files through like over the week, just to, you know, say their goodbyes to the body and stuff. Yeah. And then the night before the burial, the evening before, you know, the morning of the burial, they obviously close the casket and stuff. They do like the final goodbye. So that night before, everybody gets around the casket, around the body, and sits in the marae and then tells stories. Oh, and bro, that'll go on for like hours, and then you all end up like sleeping in the marae together as well. And that's where the mattress room stuff comes around. But right. But the first part of that is like telling the stories, and my dad who's Māori, it's my mum who's Fijian. You know, every sort of like prominent family is kind of expected to like say something, or someone get up, and you can say something as simple as like, you know, we just want to send our respects, to telling like a whole story. So my old lady, from as young as I could remember, had me going up and like telling the stories. But then what Māoris do is you have to go to like every funeral, even if you don't know the person. So I'm going to funerals making up stories now. I'm 13 making up stories. And like killing the night of, you know, absolutely killing it. Just like, just not even talking about the bro now. Just like, I'm talking about my day.
I got a show next week.
Yeah, I'm just warming up for the talent show at Intermediate.
Mum was like, oh son, we got this one here on Thursday. This one here on Saturday.
She was gearing me up for that, and I just know family members will be watching it. It's like, this guy's been talking about how he looks like Sevi Reese for 20 minutes. Like, he has not talked about the body once. So just doing shit like that. And so that was how, like, that was my first relationship with kind of public speaking in general. Yeah. And then it wasn't until I, like, did one. And then my uncle came up to me and he's like, bro, have you ever thought about doing stand-up comedy? And I was like, no. And he's like,
would have been foreign.
Yeah, it was, and I was probably like 17 at the time, and I was playing rugby and stuff, and you know, like performing arts when you're doing all that stuff, you know, that's not even something you want to even think about. So I was like, oh, whatever. But that was kind of that first inkling that I ever got of like, there's actually something that you can do with the skill, other than just going to like. Your nan and your granddad's like friends' funerals and making shit up. Yeah. Because I was happy to do that. Like, I was sweet with that, bro. I was set for life. I was like, shit, okay. I'll rock up to one a month.
Did they pay you?
Hell no. Just doing it for the love of the game, brother. For the love of the game. That's for the love of my culture, bro.
That's nuts, bro.
So that was my first kind of experience with it. And then, yeah, bro, like it led into stand-up, which I started when I was like, 21. Yeah, 21.
So you doing stand-up while you were doing all your content on the socials and that?
Yeah, so I started stand-up first.
Oh,
and then,
wow,
so I started stand-up in... Yeah, it was 2017, 21, turning 22. Yeah. And I probably didn't start social media till like 2019.
Yeah,
and then that
right.
was
Yeah.
that was kind of when I delved into it. So the stand up part came first, and then content came later.
Where did your ideas for a lot of your content come from?
Bro, just convos. So
Yeah.
like it always comes from some remnant of like a conversation or like a person that I've met.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big like, this is why I loved your potty with Jaden, because I mean I already knew that guy was the man.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then listening to like how he approaches life,
Yeah.
I'm very much the same. Which is even why like, I wanted to catch the bus here.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
getting around and meeting people and just talking to randoms and stuff.
Okay.
And so that's
sick.
where all my content comes from. It's just like talking to people,
Different people you meet.
doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting out of the house, going and like I've always had like a traveler's mindset, whether I had money or I didn't.
Yeah.
I'd always like go on roadies and stuff and just do random shit like
Yeah.
that. So that's where my
mad.
content's always come from.
That's mad.
And then like any character I've sort of done or any joke that I've sort of written has always come from some form of like an experience
Yeah.
that I've had. So I've always gone off that, what I kind of mentioned at the start of like, you write what you know,
Yeah,
write
right.
what you've sort of
What
experienced.
what
That's
you've
mad,
seen.
bro.
Yeah.
You're proper active. Like
Hard
you,
out.
you know that's the secret ingredient to
So you
what
go and
makes
do it.
to make you pop even more, bro. Like,
100%. So I love just like getting out there and even like, I'd love to. I'll actually talk to you about a joke that I'm like trying to figure out doing tonight.
yeah.
So one thing I've been told, this is just from like fucking traveling around like the last couple of days. One thing I've been told, you can tell me if this is true. Is Logan full of Islanders and Bogans?
Yeah.
Is that Logan?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like that's a perfect
okay,
mix.
perfect. Yeah,
No, no.
so that is a
No,
good.
no.
Yeah.
I've never even thought of it. I was like, fucking low.
So it's all. That's what I gave it, was that it's all Islanders and Bogans.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I want to do a joke about meeting the first Bogan Islander. Have you ever met one?
Yeah, G.
You met a Bogan Islander?
I've met a Bogan Islander,
Bro, can you describe to me what they're like?
They're Bogan in the island. Nah, fucking
Because I'm trying to like put together what a Bogan Islander would look like, and the only thing I've gotten so far.
bro. I think in Australia it's so hard to
Bogan
picture what a
Islander.
Bogan Islander will look. But it's more how they are.
Because so I've started putting together examples. So I'm like, the first one is they've got a siren car, but they play AC/DC out of it.
Nah.
That's way off.
That's way off.
That's way off.
Bogan Islander.
Because I'm trying to put together like what a Bogan is like and an Islander's like.
Oh,
But yeah,
okay.
explain to me what an actual Bogan Islander's like, because obviously I don't know.
Bogan Islander.
That is hard, eh? That's actually
What
hard.
do they even? Okay, what do they look like first?
I thought I was a Bogan Islander purely because
Really?
of how I spoke.
Oh, bro, you should
True.
see old videos of this guy, bro.
How did you speak, G?
Just like an Aussie, because I was like, I'm proper cherry blue, mate.
Cherry blue.
bro.
Cherry
Like
blue.
when you see proper true blue, like fucking. I remember the first conversation I heard this guy have with another Australian. Da. Yeah, fair dinkum. I looked at this cunt. He says fair dinkum.
Oh, fair dinkum.
Fair
Fair
dinkum. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, okay, you know what I reckon I've done then? I reckon I have a wrong idea of what a Bogan is.
Yeah.
What's a Bogan?
A Bogan is just like the hardworking Aussie family type of thing.
My bad. I got a real wrong.
Like they're still from the commission houses and that,
Oh shit, I've got a
but
real wrong.
they still work. You know, their family, their kids play footy. You know, mum's name's Tracy.
Oh, I've got a
dad's
very wrong.
name's
yeah.
I've got a very
Yeah.
wrong. My bad.
They
My bad.
have a mullet.
Yeah, they'll have a
singlet,
mullet.
thongs.
Yeah,
You know, like, bro, they
the Aussie fag
bro.
flog.
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
What was your image of it?
Nah, I don't want to say.
Nah, say it. Say it.
I thought it was a crackhead.
Nah, way off. Crackies junkies are different, bro.
Right, my bad. I'm not even saying it as a joke. I honestly thought that's what it was.
It was a cracky.
I thought it was a crackhead.
So Bogan, we could live next door to Bogans.
Yeah. Word. Like bro,
they're
and
just typical
it's,
Aussies.
Yeah, typical
but-
Aussies,
but
bro.
not-
And it's not like we look down on them.
I'm glad we had this convo because I've been
Yeah, bro.
thinking crackhead the whole time. That's bad.
I mean, there are bogans that do crack.
Yeah,
But-
straight up. They sometimes they come hand in
Yeah,
hand.
I,
But,
I think it's because I follow this meme page called Brown Cardigan.
bro,
Yeah,
what a
yeah,
page.
yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
Brown Cardigan is great.
What
eh?
a page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think that's why I made the
Assumption
decision of
yeah,
like
yeah.
bogan cracky because
Yeah.
every bogan on there is
yeah.
doing cracky stuff. They're doing. I'm not saying they're crack kids, but they're doing cracky
Yeah,
stuff.
but like, if anything, they'll be doing that. Bogans will do, but throughout the week, they're grinding. They're working
Yeah, they all
15-hour
work. They work.
shifts, like
Yeah.
long hours, bro. They're
Got
grinding for
you.
that weekend. You know what I mean?
So it's just like true blue Aussie.
True blue.
Okay,
Like
so
hard yakka Aussies.
I saw this video on Brown Cardigan of I'm drinking a fucking VB at
He's a
at
bogan.
5 o'clock
He's
in the
a
morning.
bogan.
That guy.
He's
That's
a
bogan.
bogan with an alcohol problem.
Yeah, I was got you. Because I thought that was a crackhead. That's why. But that's a bogan. See, this is the thing. We don't know as much about Australia as
As
you
you
would
think,
think.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we could say the same thing about NZ.
Yeah, 100%.
Like we mock.
True.
Oh, we don't mock.
You
Yeah.
mock? No.
What do you mock about NZ?
Nah, like like a hoary.
Okay, so all right. Well, what do you think a hoary is?
The same thing
So
as a
a
bogan.
guy that shits his ass. No, I don't know. Like
Spit his
maybe
ass.
maybe a homeless or like
So what's a hoary? Just a dirty person? Is it?
Nah, so I could. This is such an interesting
Yeah, it is,
convo.
it actually is.
Hard.
Nah, like really, ultimately what a hoary is typically somebody that's just like still remaining like pretty true to their roots, and it's usually like you don't have to be moldy to be a hoary,
Yeah.
but it's just like somebody that. I mean, technically, like a lot of Maldives are gonna hate that I'm explaining it this way,
yeah,
because it can be seen as like a derogatory term, but like fucking.
grow up.
I ain't at PwC. Like, we ain't at the fucking bank right now. It's like how it's honestly usually it's describing someone like from a small town. Same thing,
Yeah.
hard worker, like blue collar.
Yeah.
Like if I saw a little kid running along and like they weren't wearing shoes and like snotty ass nose and like they running around and shit. And,
That's a hoary?
Like running on the road and stuff. I'd be like, look at these fucking hoary little kids.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're like dirty or naughty or anything,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying that they're like it's like almost old school.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
rough around the edges.
Yeah. And like the town that I'm from is like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, and I've actually had this convo with my missus, like one thing I've said to her is like, I'm not saying it in a derogatory way.
Yeah,
It's a descriptive way.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of
You
the
can't
people,
help it.
Yeah. And it's the same way I've just learnt like bogan. It's
Exactly.
not derogatory, it's
Yeah.
descriptive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hoary's is very similar. Like I have hoary tendencies.
Yeah.
So like I would describe myself at certain points that I'm fucking like pretty hoary.
Yeah.
Like I'll rock down to the shop, no shoes on. Like that's pretty hoary, you know.
That's pretty horrible.
But it's because it's crack up too because like people back home will like recognize me and I'm like no shoes on, just like
Just like,
bro, I'm wearing the same shirt from yesterday. And they saw me in a video from yesterday with that same shirt on. They're like, look at this fucking hoary cunt.
Bro, I have this tendency when I walk to the like shop with no shoes, bro. I walk, but like I'm walking like this.
Oh, real?
Bro, I don't know why. Like if I'm hopping out of the like my car to the petrol station, I'll just like waddle like that. I don't know
Crack
why.
up.
Dude. Fuck, it's weird, bro.
Well, where I'm from, Wanu, which is like a pretty moldy town, like everyone sort of does it. So it's real normal. And when I'm like comfortable just chilling, like I'll just go do it. So I would describe that as hoary. Like, am I saying that's like dirty or like even a bad thing? Like, nah, I'm actually, that's what I do when I'm most comfortable.
yeah.
nah.
But that is hoary.
Yeah.
But when I'm most comfortable, I'm hoary.
you
So,
like to be hoary,
yeah.
yeah. Nah.
So like, that's
Yeah.
essentially what it is.
Man, I think our perception of hoary is like, oh, what the fuck? And like
Yeah,
maybe
true.
you had a false perception of
Oh,
a bogan.
bogans, yeah.
Yeah, I had it completely wrong.
Yeah, bro. We had it completely wrong about
Yeah.
hoary.
Yeah,
too, bro.
yeah.
But
that's
you're
such an interesting comment.
Yeah.
So bogan's just like a true blue Aussie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Just the blue collar, hard yakka.
yeah. Bro, just
Straight down the line.
Yeah, bro.
No ifs, buts, maybes.
Yeah.
Fucking-
straight
yeah.
out. Straight out.
That's what a bogan is.
Yeah.
what's like okay? Because I want to figure out this like Islander bogan thing. What team are they supporting, or what sport do they even watch?
League.
They watch
love
league.
Yeah, a lot
Rugby
of
league.
Rugby league.
The lingo out here is crazy. Like I'm still
fucking
getting
all over the shop, bro.
I'm still getting used to it. But nah, I genuinely wasn't trying to be a dickhead about the bogan thing. I honestly.
Nah,
bro, 'cause
we
actually look concerned. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, I was honestly like, oh shit, like I completely
Nah, bro.
have it wrong. But I do get it now. Like it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like a hard out Aussie.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
is with hoary, I would just describe it's like someone that does like hard out moldy stuff.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily have to be moldy, but
Exactly,
like
yeah.
they're just doing like quite moldy stuff.
100%.
Like a white dude can do a mean as like pop a mean manu
Yeah.
and like get out and like, you know, like say to all the chicks like, and I'm like, that's the whoriest dude I've ever seen. So it's just like kind of, just like bro, it's like a way of living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
That's mean. That's mean.
100%. Is it-
I just had to clear that up because I want a job. So
So you're doing this full time?
yeah, I've been full time comedy since 2020. Yeah. How long have you boys been full time with us?
But we're not full
We're
time.
not full-time. We do it every week.
We do it every week.
But
we still have a job.
still job. Yeah.
You boys
Yeah, we
do
still have a job.
job.
So like we because we kind of went through stages of doing it and then trying to plan out and then fucking just all over the shop. But now it's better. We're doing it every week. Get to meet mad cunts like yourself, bro.
Right,
So
right. And the content's
Very blessed,
Yeah.
bro.
that's so good. No, it's good being here, boys.
thank you, bro. We will run this game, eh?
All right, let's get it.
So this game,
Q and what is it? A and D's.
agree
So
and
agree
disagree,
or disagree.
Oh,
So you
cool.
just tell us if you agree or disagree. All right.
and we've got to elaborate on.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta tell us why you agree or disagree. All right,
you
ready?
go,
Let's go. Men and women are capable of doing each job equally well.
Well, it's pretty broad.
Disagree.
Yeah, I disagree too.
Disagree?
I disagree too.
All right, let's chop it up. Why do we disagree?
I mean, it's
Right,
pretty broad.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
broad as fuck.
there's all kinds of jobs that I would say,
yeah,
you know, men would do better than women, women do better than men.
yeah.
I'm not an expert in it.
100%.
I'd say midwifery. You know,
More for women.
I would imagine a woman would do that a lot better than a man.
Yeah.
And I
What
don't
about
think.
nursing?
Yeah, I would probably say along.
Well,
with
that's
some of the-
just one category out of all. Like,
Yeah.
That's
There's
like that's a unisex job.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm not saying that only one gender should do that, but I don't know. When you think about it logically, it's like,
yeah.
some jobs are better suited to certain
women,
people, some aren't.
yeah.
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 Fair enough.
Whoever
This
said
guy-
that,
This
bro?
guy trying to get me cancelled.
All right. Children who are given pocket money every week have less problems managing their money when they're adults.
I would agree.
Agree?
I would agree.
I agree. Because
What-
I
what-
didn't get given pocket money,
Yeah.
and look at me now. No, I don't know. I wasn't given pocket money, so I
Yeah,
wouldn't
no.
know like if it was good or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, like, because the kids that did have it, I don't know if they're doing good or know.
Yeah.
I've never really looked into it that deep.
Yeah,
To be like,
yeah.
but I feel like I'm doing all right now,
Yeah.
kind of.
I think my parents did, you know, what most brown parents do, which is give you money when they have some and
Yeah.
don't when they don't.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, the idea of like consistent pocket money, I guess that starts to like get a kid into the mindset of, you know,
Don't
planning your
spend
money,
this- yeah.
budgeting, like holding on to it,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So yeah,
Hard.
I would say
How much
probably
money
helps.
would you give your kid? Would you?
Yeah,
a
how
week.
much?
For a week?
Would you start giving? Because we didn't get money as kids. Would you give your kid money?
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 50
reckon?
bucks a week.
$50.
Oh, that's heaps,
50
lad.
bucks a week. $10 a day.
What does the bro need that for? Or the sis?
Fucking. No,
I'm kidding. I'm jigging
No,
up.
no,
I'm
because,
jigging up.
I'm saying
Nah,
like, because when I did have money,
I'm kidding.
somehow I had money, but I would splash that shit. So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe you want baby to have a mad life.
No, not even a mad life. I had a mad life. I didn't get money.
You didn't get money, yeah. True that.
How much would you?
When you say $50, like, are you putting that in an account for them, or are you like chucking it under their pillow every?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably an account. No, I sound like a dumb cunt. No, I want to give them 50
Nah,
bucks.
because that's
eh?
mean. Nah, because putting it away is mean.
Yeah.
that-
But for it to use like every full week, I don't know. I don't know what
at
you
a
guys do.
certain age, maybe at a certain age. would
Yeah,
you
probably
start?
13 up. 13 up.
Man,
Like when they hit high school?
my kids ain't
Yeah.
getting shit, bro. I didn't get nothing, bro. They're working for every penny they get, bro.
So you wouldn't? Well, what
No.
age would you?
I'm probably the age where they can actually start like contributing around the house.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Probably that age. So, I mean, I started probably doing that shit like 8 years
Yeah.
old.
Yeah. Hard.
Yeah, probably around then.
Mad. All right. Is cancel culture considered cyberbullying?
That's actually a really good
Holy
question.
shit, yeah.
That's a real good question.
Shout out Google.
What do you guys think about cancel culture?
I reckon it's dog shit, bro.
Yeah.
To be honest, I just think everyone's just soft, bro.
Yeah.
And then cunts just get offended over words.
My thing is I don't actually think cancel culture is real.
Same.
So like
Same.
people, I think because I get asked all the time as a comedian, like, are you scared of cancel culture? And my thing is like, I don't think it's even a thing. Like I can't put my finger on anyone that's actually been
Cancelled
completely cancelled
Yeah.
in the sense that like they can't do anything.
Yeah.
And some people have done some pretty heinous things publicly, and they still manage to do
Big
shit.
time, bro.
Yeah.
So it's like
100.
this idea of cancel culture and the power it's given around like the idea of it. I'm like, it's really not
Ah,
a
yeah.
thing.
The idea of it, bro.
Yeah.
That's the
It's really
the
not a
idea of cancel culture.
100%.
You know what I reckon? I reckon until you're big enough and what you say is very crucial, like Andrew Tate, for instance.
He's not cancelled though.
He is.
No way.
He got
That
no.
man's
He got
still
back.
influential.
100%. I'm full Andrew Tate all day.
100.
But I'm saying what he was
100.
doing was influencing young men to be better or
More
wanting
masculine.
to, more masculine, and people higher ups didn't like it.
I really never followed anything from Andrew Tate.
Andrew
And
Tate,
I
yeah.
only probably like know like the worst of what he's done.
Yeah.
Which for my personal reference point, like I disagree with. But
Yeah.
then at the same
Yeah,
time,
he said some
There's
fucked up
some
shit.
stuff that
Yeah.
he's said, but I think when you're trying to like drill your name into the scene, bro,
Yeah.
like I think
into the world, bro.
into the world.
Yeah.
But he had that influence. You know what I mean?
100%.
And he had the money to back it.
There's two sides of it. There's good and there's bad.
Yeah.
So he had both sides going at him. So obviously everything's gonna
yeah.
what he's got to say is gonna be all over the place because
Yeah.
both good people and bad people are going up after him.
Yeah, but then I guess that's where that idea again of like cancel culture. I'm like, I mean, I think he's still probably making money. He's still got an
100%,
influence. He's still got an
bro.
audience. To me, I'm like, no part of that to me like screams cancel culture. So for me,
Yeah.
the idea of it like isn't really a thing. Like
Yeah.
you'll get held accountable,
Yeah.
and I do that sometimes, and that has been done like to me at times. Like I've been held accountable. And I've also like publicly held other people accountable.
Yeah.
But then I'm also like the type of person like I'll start convos,
Yeah.
but I never like leave my single thought of that person
Yeah.
in that place.
Mm.
So like I might think something of someone and express that, but it's not like that person is that forever.
Yeah, that's not the be all end all. of
Yeah.
it.
And that's why I think the cancel culture idea, like to me
Yeah.
at least, is like
Love that, bro.
it's like almost
It's
irrelevant.
just an idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I'll speak up, but then I'll also leave that in that convo,
Yeah.
Mm.
and then just like fucking move on with my
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
So.
Love that. Jimmy.
Hard, bro. Fucking hard.
Hectic.
Wait, what do you think about that Cat Williams thing though?
What one?
His potty.
His potty with
Shay.
what's his name?
What's the? Yeah, I know which one.
Which
Shane?
Oh, with Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp.
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Shannon Sharp, yeah.
But that shit was crazy.
nuts.
It was-
he's a gangster.
Nah.
But it was so
bro.
mean. Like I watched the whole thing.
Same. I watched the whole one sitting.
Yeah, and I believe everything that he said
Same.
too.
100%.
Bro, you know what, bro? I used to think that guy actually went off the rails, bro. Like after
What
before
you saw
watching
in the
that,
media? Eh?
before watching that, I actually thought he lost it, bro.
Bro, they did have you believe that. But like he
Yeah.
was like doing crazy stuff. But then
Yeah, word.
it's the way they can like
Manipulate
shape it,
it,
yeah, and manipulate it is crazy.
Yeah.
And bro, like I've had my own kind of experiences in Hollywood like already. Cause I signed with my Hollywood manager in 2022.
Are you
Hey,
joking?
country.
Swear to God.
Holy God!
Yeah.
No way!
Wait, you Illuminati?
Yeah.
Bullshit,
Yeah,
bro. How
so
good.
I signed with
Oh,
my
how cool
manager.
is
Yeah, it's crazy.
cool.
So I signed with
Nice,
my
bro.
manager in Hollywood, in October 2022. So I started going over to America regularly from that point.
Dick, man.
And bro,
Oh.
like the stuff that he talks about, you see it, G.
Yeah, word.
It's crazy. You see how the
Oh, my
system
days.
works. You can see. I went to this. This is.
Let's talk.
Say it,
Let's
say
talk,
it,
bro.
say
I
it,
gotta
say
figure out how
say
to
it.
talk about this. I won't say any names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But bro, I went to this like dinner with like these quite famous people, right? And
They follow you?
they were all high as shit,
Mushies.
just on everything. So like in LA and in Hollywood, the drug culture is crazy, and like I don't drink or do any of that shit.
Yeah.
So like for me, you know, I'm seeing all this in like real time. I remember all
Yeah,
vividly.
sober as day,
Bro,
bro.
it's crazy. And
Oh, I'm gonna sit up for this. I'm gonna sit up for this.
and I don't know, there's nothing really crazy to tell you, but like I was at this, I was, you know, I was meeting with these guys and they're like super famous and they were so like out of it that for me, I've seen people on drugs, but I never seen people like this.
Like
on
that.
drugs, like
I don't know what it was,
Possessed, bro.
but it was crazy. And bro, 10, 15 security guards, all standing around, nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And that was my first experience of being like, I think people would never understand how shitty this way of living actually looks when you're sitting right in front of it. We see like fame and money and stuff as like, that looks unreal.
Yeah.
But bro, you see it, it looks like prison. For real. And my sister, I called my sister who just moved out here. I don't think she'll mind me saying. And I was telling them about it.
looked around. Like,
Yeah. No, I'm scared of my sister. But I called her and my brother-in-law, and I was just telling them all about it. And we were cracking up. I was like, "Yeah, it was fucking crazy." And she goes to me, "After that, like, do you believe the Illuminati could be real?" And I was like, "Yo,
100%.
100%."
If you see with your own eyes, G.
Bro.
More so because like you can see how like a certain person can be controlled.
100%. Yeah.
And I'm not saying controlled by like a fucking like lizard.
Yeah.
But I'm saying controlled by like a team of people that, you know, they're clearly someone that generates like a lot of money through like a certain
They
thing.
can give you this lifestyle.
Oh, bro. And it's like Hollywood's a system at the end of the day. You know, if you can get somebody onto a set, get them to read certain lines and they get paid 20 million, that's a system that a lot of people, it's in their best interest to make sure this person continues to go through that. So you can see how these people get locked in this shit. And it's crazy, bro. And so for me, what was real interesting was I'd been working for 8 years to get to this point, like signing with my manager, going over to Hollywood and like starting that journey. And it was through seeing a lot of these things that I actually came back to NZ middle of last year. I'd just been in America for the longest period that I had been, which was like for 3 months. And I basically sat down with my partner and I was like, look, like I told her, I was like, I still want to work in America. But there's a weird thing of seeing the reality of something that you've always dreamed of and it being like almost not only just not what you dreamed of, but your worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that's how. So when I listen to Cat Williams talk about this shit,
You're like, bro.
I'm like, I fucking have seen this.
Yeah.
And it's unbelievable, G. It's crazy.
That's
so,
nuts.
bro.
Were you scared? Did you have fear?
Bro.
Are you scared, bro?
No, but how would you react?
But no, I'm not. Okay, sorry to interrupt. I'm not saying I've sat there and like experienced sitting with people that are famous. But I remember going to this festival, right? I went to this festival, and there's a backstage, and then there's a backstage where like all the little square, little square. And were you with me?
Yeah.
Me, this guy, and
It was just us two.
and another mate. Another mate.
Oh, yes,
Another
yes.
This guy's famous?
No, it was another. So we went and then because we were gonna shoot some content, and we went to the back, opened the door,
That was buzzing.
and we walked in the middle, and we just stood there. Like everything was just like rushing, and we went, and then we stood there, sat there for like maybe a minute or two. We looked at each other, like, bro, this is hectic, and then everything just settled, bro. We looked around, bro. And I kid you not, bro. I'm not saying this just to like, you know, add on to your fire.
Yeah.
But like, it felt like there were demons, bro. Just like walking around. Everyone was like wasted, but drugged up. But it was like a different type of drugged up, bro.
I know
Just
what the hell
seeing
you're
it,
talking
like-
about.
Just seen it, and we were like, bro, we had the
Zombie town,
opportunity.
G.
Yeah, we had the opportunity to go shoot some content over there, but like, bro, we need to get out of here, bro.
Bro.
Like, we have to get out of here. And bro, we walked out. It was like a festival, bro. And they had the back, so we walked out and like, I do not ever want to experience that again.
Bro, I
Ever again.
it's crazy. So I did a gig at quite a famous. It's probably the most famous comedy club in the world. It's called the Hollywood Comedy Store,
Hectic.
and it's on Sunset Boulevard in LA. Like,
Oh, wow,
you know,
bro.
it was crazy.
Yeah.
So Theo Von, who's quite a famous
Yeah,
comedian,
Theo
he put
Von's
me
the
on.
man.
So I got to do the main room there, which was nuts,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Wow.
And the Comedy Store, bro, is like every famous comedian you can think of either started there or been through there.
That's that place Kat was talking about.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So Kat talked about the Comedy Store because back in the day when he was like coming through, it was like a rodeo, like heaps of stuff. So the thing with the Comedy Store is apparently it used to be a club owned by the mafia. So they used to kill people and bury them in the basement. So apparently the place is like mad haunted. But it's the super famous like building that if you're a comedian, like you have to go through this place if you like want to have a career in LA.
Yeah.
So I'm doing this show and like I always try like turn up real early to shit. Cause then I'm fucking 2 hours late if I don't. So I'm 0 100. That's why I got here an hour early. Cause then I was turning up tomorrow. So right, so I rock up to the gig and got to meet heaps of like celebrities, heaps of famous people, which I'm not like saying to brag about. It's like it's kind of part of like this whole sort of aura of this place.
Yeah.
Gee, they're like, oh yeah, bro, like you can go wait out the back, like in the green room. And so I go out to the green room, and bro, like, cause I'm Māori and Fijian, like we feel, we feel that shit. So I walk into it, bro, it's empty, and I just walk straight in, and I'm like, oh no, fuck this. And so I went and stood out in the hallway with like all the guys that worked the door, and they're like, bro, why don't you wait in the green room? And I'm like, nah, fuck that shit. And one of my bros, he's one of my bros now, so he was a door guy at the Comedy Store. He now opens for Dave Chappelle, tours around the world with him. Right, he's cracked it. He's cracked it.
Nice.
We became close because I would just hang with the door guys, and he was like, "Bro, why do you always like hang in the hallway like with all the door guys?" And I'm like, "Bro, there's something like
lingering.
There's something out of it back there, and I don't want to be back there. Like it's weird, man." And then that's when he started to tell me like all the stuff about the history of the club, and I'm like, "Yeah."
Gee, that's fucking.
But the whole place gives you that vibe, bro. Like. It's freaky, man, and I'm not. Yeah, it sounds like quite unbelievable, but it's
Nah, bro, 100%.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's not what anybody thinks that it is. Yeah.
And for you to work 8 years to get there and finally be like, "Fuck, I'm here."
Hard, yeah.
Help, bro, help. Disheartening would that be,
It
bro?
is.
Disheartening,
I love
bro.
that you use that word, G, because it really is. Like, bro, I'll tell you the story. So, because bro, this is how crazy things start to get to for you. I'm gonna say like a million things at once, but like, okay, one of the first things is when you start to kind of you start your journey in Hollywood and you start to like build up your name and stuff. You know, people obviously start giving you stuff. Bro, like I got given a free VIP pass to Universal Studios. I'd never been to. Those are worth like $700 US. That's like $1,400 NZ. Bro, they were driving me around on a cart. I could go on any ride. This is a packed day at Universal Studios. Driving me around on a cart. I could go on any ride I want, skip the line, ride it as many times as I want. The Harry Potter ride, there's like 4 seats on each one. They put me on my own seat. It's a 3-hour line, but I got my own seat. No other people. The ride would finish, they'd be like, "You want to go again, dude?" And I'd be like, yeah, fucking oath, brother.
While everyone's still waiting.
Fuck them kids. Start it up, cuz. That's hoary.
Yeah, bro.
Well, I just described that
fucking hoary
as extremely hoary. I was fucking horied out that day, brother. I took every preview I could get.
Take it, bro.
So it's like stuff like that, G. Like they give you so much shit, and you just kind of see like people.
It's like
people can get hooked onto this.
Yeah, bro. It's like someone holding out candy to a kid.
100%, bro. And like, so you get sort of experiences like that are crazy. And one thing that this experience kind of changed my life. I have a meeting. It's unreal. They're basically like, we think you're going to be a superstar when you come out here. You know, it may take a few years for you to break in, but we think once you break, I think this is all going to open up for you.
Wow.
And bro, I'm like a dude from New Zealand, and like Kiwis were very reserved, very like you never hear shit like that, and like you can't do shit like that. So for me, I've just had my world completely rocked. They're like, this is potentially going to be where my life goes.
Yeah.
So I walk out, and I'm in Beverly Hills, which is like a real rich area, at the foot of Brodeo Drive, which is like the richest shopping street in America. And I'm on my own. I don't have any of my family there. I'm not with my partner. And I'm like, I remember thinking in that moment, like, all this shit was everything that I ever wanted, that I just heard. But then if I had to experience it like this on my own, I'd be fucking miserable. Bro, and it completely changed my life because then I came home and I basically said to my partner, I was like, I'm just not going to do anything for 4 months.
Wow.
So, bro, I sat in my apartment, came back to New Zealand, sat in my apartment for 4 months, G. Didn't do anything. Because I was like, I've worked my ass off. I've sacrificed so much to get here to that point, and it's not what I want.
Yep.
So, like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
So, yeah, G, I was just like sitting there, doing nothing. Like,
Wow.
wasn't leaving my house. Like, she was coming in, like, checking up on me, like, before work, afterwards. And, bro, I was just like sitting there, just like, what the fuck do I
It
do?
rattled you that much?
Bro, it was crazy. Because I think I just realized, like, how much I'd sort of sacrificed to get there. And then realizing the reality of that.
Wow, bro.
Either I have to like give up a certain part of myself to become that,
Yeah.
or like maybe I just, if I want to remain who I am, maybe it's just not gonna ever be for me. So there's so many things like that just kind of fuck with you. And yeah, bro. So I just came back and was kind of shook like that for like, for ages. And then honestly, like it just got to this point one day where she was just like, look, you've done a lot of work on yourself over these past few months, and I've seen you like really struggling. But there's a point where you've just got to get up and just fucking like get back to it and like just do something. And she's
a guy.
she's like, I don't give a fuck what you do, but go do something. Like go find something to do. And then I started to like get back into my groove a bit. But yeah, bro, like I was rattled after that. Man,
Bro, that's like
What an experience, bro.
100%, bro. Like
All your life leading up to that moment, you know, that moment you thought that you wanted,
bro.
just to be.
And it couldn't have been like worse than you'd ever.
Bro, that's not like you going here and then getting a little glimpse. That's like you and then fucking
experiencing it, going
getting the
for
full
Bro, pretty
VIP shit.
pretty much. And it was
Shit, bro.
it's like, bro, this is miserable, man. And like, I've never been a very like materialistic person, and
Yeah.
I've always been like well removed
Yeah.
from that kind of mindset. So for me,
Humble.
it even became more of a point of like, well, fuck, I'm not even that. So like, what would I even get out of this experience if I have to give up even more?
Yeah.
So bro, it was just that's where like coming to Aussie came up for us, because I was like, yeah, fuck, I want to get out of New Zealand, but I don't want to, you know, go to America and give
Don't wanna
myself
go to
up for-
Hollywood.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we
That's
basically
unfair,
that's
bro.
what sort of led us out here. But yeah, it was such a buzzy experience. So bringing it back to where we started, like when I hear Cat Williams talk about all that shit, I'm like, bro, I know exactly what this dude's talking about, and he's not he's not crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty buzzy, man.
That was,
Hectic.
bro,
That's crazy.
Wow,
that's the most unfair thing life can throw at you.
100%,
Bro, that's
bro.
unfair.
100%.
100%. Bro. Like especially
grinding your ass off.
like content and doing all that shit, you being in front of a camera, that like compared to sports, you can grind and then get to the top because you know you're depending on your own ability, physical ability. But when it gets to shit like this, bro, and like you want a life and then you get it and it's like, bro, it makes you does it make you be like, fuck, I need like I'm happy I seen that. Now I'm gonna be grateful for like the
What
little
you got?
Bro, it does, and definitely does that. And it made me like, I already was a super simple dude, and it made me like even simpler, to be honest. But bro, what got me like, to be honest, I really don't want to turn it like depressing, but like I'll just be honest, bro. What it does do is it fucks up like your own sort of relationship with your judgment.
yeah.
So you start to like questioning yourself. You're
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, I really fucked up like
Yeah.
what I thought was good for me. Do I even know what's good for me? Like, do I even know? How do I even tell like if
We
this thing
in
that I
that
think?
headspace for 4 months straight.
And that's why I was stuck at home, bro.
Holy
Oh, you
shit,
poor
bro.
cunt.
That's a long
Fuck
time.
me.
Oh,
bro.
bro. So, because from 2017 to 2022, bro, I probably saw my family like a handful of times. Like, you know, was celebrating Christmases on my own because I was just so like locked into like try and get to where I was at.
Damn.
And so, bro, you give up so much of your life for that, and then you get there and you're like, this is
Not it.
Yeah.
this is not it.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot for getting myself in this situation. And so, yeah, bro, it's like almost like a 4-month kind of,
Relapse.
basically,
Yeah.
in a weird way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, bro, it was a crazy experience. But then I guess that's what's changed with me now is I was very much someone that was super. I would say I was really aware and cared a lot about how people perceived me and
Yeah, right.
what people thought of me and stuff. And
Yeah.
I never wanted to like, make people feel uncomfortable or like make people upset.
Yeah.
Whereas now I've just gotten to the point where I'm like, I obviously would never do any of those things on purpose, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm just gonna speak my mind and do
Fucking oath,
what
bro.
I sort of
Fucking oath.
do what I feel like.
Stand on yours, bro.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like if I myself am unsure and like who I am, then why the hell would I let someone else tell me who I am?
100, bro. Come on.
If me, who knows me better than anyone, can't even decide that.
100, bro.
So that's just kind of like after all that where it got me to. So
that's mad. Hey, it's mad that
at least you crawled yourself out there, bro.
yeah, it's pretty.
It's hectic,
bro. What I
Appreciate it.
admire the most is you're still doing it, but
100.
you're finding loopholes.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? That's fucking
Still
crazy.
in the game, bro.
Yeah, so I'll tell you how that sort of played into like where my career path is sort of leading me to now.
Yeah.
So one of the big things that I'd always focused on was like, okay, America's the big fish. I'll just really focus on getting there.
Yeah.
After that whole experience, I was like, fuck, like having to rely on that system because I don't want to give myself up in a way that I have to succeed there.
Yeah.
Hence, coming to Australia, I'm like, okay.
What do you mean, give yourself up? Like properly?
Like.
Oh, like
conforming to what
conforming to how they live, conforming to their way,
Yeah.
their way of life. Like I'd be out
Stuff
there.
that, G, do you?
Yeah, I'd be out there and they'd be like, "So what are you drinking?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, I don't drink." But they'd be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay, dude."
Yeah, hard.
Yeah, it's like little shit like that, and you're like, "Oh, fuck, am I a weird cunt for like not drinking?" Yeah.
Hard.
So it's it's little things like that.
Yeah.
But that's why I came to Australia because I'm like, okay, if I
Be
just
more familiar.
yeah, and if I just think about who I am, I'm a proud brown man. There's supposedly like fucking 500,000, even just like Kiwis in Australia,
Yeah.
and then 5 million in NZ.
Yeah.
5.5 million people is more than enough for me to be able to get everything that I want out of life.
Yeah.
Come on.
If I really focus on being the best version I can be for an audience of that.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to look at America, 100 million people. Like
Yeah.
this audience here is like,
Yeah.
I need to have some respect for that and give my best to that.
Come on,
like,
bro.
and so that's what the whole Australia experience became for me. Is like
Yeah.
there's a whole version of like my people that I don't understand, which is like Pacific Islanders and Māori in Australia. And I'm not gonna come here and pretend like I know what that means.
Yeah, right.
So I'm gonna come here and learn
Hard.
and give it the same like time that I did back home.
Yeah.
Hectic.
To get.
And then just
yeah.
focus on like that. And if all my career is just doing New Zealand and Australia, that's 25 million people. Like
Yeah. Bro.
Hectic.
fuck, that's
G.
more than enough.
Yeah.
If I think about practically how much money that is, it's like that's more money than I've ever known I've needed in my life.
100%. Yeah.
Like I already make that
Yeah.
money
Yeah.
that more than I've ever
yeah.
needed.
Yeah.
And
Hard.
that's not heaps, but it's because I don't need that much.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
more
That's
than
such a crazy way to like look at it now,
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
G.
Because
Love
like,
that for you, bro.
oh, bro, people like I was saying before, it's like candy, bro. So many people would fucking chomp onto that shit, bro.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'll probably chomp into that shit.
yeah.
Like,
It's-
but like your experience to come out of it to be like that, and like, oh,
Yeah.
it's a hard thing,
To
and like,
realize what you actually want, eh?
yeah, and bro, my thing now, 100% is just like impact and just like
Hectic,
being a
G.
voice.
Yeah.
And
Come
my
on.
managers are gonna hate that I talk about this, but fuck it. So I only did one show in Sydney at the Comedy Store. Probably could have done 3,
Yeah.
but the reason I didn't do 3 or more than one is because I want to do Sydney Opera House.
Ooh.
And one thing I told my managers is I was like, it's not for money. I don't give a fuck about the money.
Yeah.
Like, because I would much rather us do the Sydney Opera House. And if I spend all the money that I would make on that, on like getting buses from Western Sydney into the city,
yeah.
because everyone coming from out west,
Yeah,
bro.
that's mad.
like if we're fucking paying for buses,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if we're like paying for people's parking
Yeah.
to like come in, and because if me as a brown man can stand up on something crazy like Sydney Opera House and we can all share that experience together,
Come on.
but that's like shit that people's grandkids like
iconic,
talk about.
That'll be iconic.
And that's just where I'm at now. And like it still sounds self-indulgent. Like I totally see that. I really do. But then at the same time, my thing is like I've subscribed from day one the whole thought process. And you guys talked about it with Jaden of like opening up brown people to like broader horizons than what we've been allowed to see.
100, bro.
And bro, that's the only thing I care about now. Like I want brown kids to see a comedian like on a big stage and be like, oh fuck yeah, like I'm pretty cracker. I can do that shit too.
Bro.
So that's all I really like give a shit about now. Like, and that's doing stuff like that is, you know, like what I've spoken to like my team and stuff like that's really all I care about doing. And if I do a gig like the Sydney Opera House and I make literally $0 because I've like paid for how people get there,
bro,
I don't give a fuck.
God bless your journey, bro.
100%,
straight
bro.
out. Like when you think of it like that, man,
that's hectic. That's hectic.
Like people have to go through experiences to get in that mindset. You know what I mean?
100%.
And bro, like
rather risk it all than you know continue on doing what led you to that dark place.
Yeah.
You're a sick cunt, bro.
100%.
Appreciate it, bro.
Hats off.
Like, let me suck your balls, bro.
Turn the cameras on. Or leave them on.
Keep it rolling, mate.
But I guess that's where like, I almost got lost. But I guess that's where I forgot my own purpose, because like aiming for America, it's like, there's a massive like Pacific Island community out there and plenty of Maldives and stuff, but
sorry to interrupt, but I don't think it's not you losing your focus, because at the time that was your focus to try and get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now you know what it's like. It shifts.
Yeah,
because bro,
you see the reality of it.
100%. And bro, like, kudos to you for having big dreams and making it.
Yeah.
Like I think we're forgetting that you made it.
You actually did.
You
did that
made
shit.
it,
That's huge.
Like, bro,
it is crazy, and I guess bro, like my old lady G, she's the best. She's a very tough, like Fijian woman, been through a lot of shit in her life. One thing that she used to always preach to me was, don't be the king of your bubble. And that's one thing, is like, to be honest, like Islanders in particular, we've been forced to take pride in being the king of our bubbles.
Yeah.
But our people are travelers, bro.
100.
We travel all around the world.
Yeah.
100.
And at some point, and like I'll say like colonization forced us into this mindset of like, nah, you guys be happy with just this little bit.
Yeah.
And you being the conqueror of that is mean. Like, just stay there. And my mum was always a preacher to like my brothers and I and my sister of like, nah, fuck that. Like, the world is ours.
Yeah.
Come on.
Go out and like get that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want you to be the biggest, in our like little town.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
take
biggest in the
pride in
world.
that. Like, nah.
I got goosebumps. You got to be fucking feeling good, bro.
And because I think our people have like so much to give.
We're the best in the world,
Bro, we are the
Straight
best
up.
in the world at
100, straight up.
everything.
Every little thing, bro.
We're the best in the world at everything, bro. Like,
100.
fuck, this is almost like this is kind of like divulging a little bit. I fucking love Lee Siji.
Yeah.
How's that divulging, bro?
Bro, I love that dude because
He's the
like when brown people talk about culture, we tend to talk about history, but like when I talk about culture, like, I'm talking about culture, and I'm talking about like how our generation like gives to that,
Yeah.
like our version of that, what that becomes, and you boys play a part in that.
Thank you.
I've always used
You
Lisi.
play a part in it?
Yeah, but I want to play a part in it. I've always used Lisi as an example of like he plays a massive part in it.
100.
Even like I remember he in the My Also remix, he's like, shout out to all my dokos and all my tanganis too. Like it's shit like that. And I'm like, but that's fucking culture, G.
Yeah.
Like we're giving that
100.
to our next generations.
100.
And my mum always talked about that. Like that's not just for us to give to each other. The world like needs that shit.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason I guess now, because I definitely was self-indulgent in my journey beforehand. And I guess that's the only reason now I ever want to go back to the world, is almost to bring like what we have to it.
Facts, bro.
So that's
Come on.
That's where I'm kind of at now.
If people could learn from us, bro, if society could see how we do shit, I think the place would be such a better place, bro.
Fucking oath.
Cleaner place, bro.
Such a better
Big
place.
time, bro.
Bro, we do it so different,
With
and I mean,
so much heart, bro, heart and soul.
Yeah.
there's so many different things that like we just do and have done.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, bro, we're the best in the world.
Bro,
G.
we are.
Hands down.
We're the most talented. We're the most natural.
Natural,
And
bro,
I
100%.
think the saddest thing for me is the only people that don't see it is us.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah.
And we almost like, in a way, we're held back for sure,
Yeah.
but then we sort of stay in that because we've been held back for so long that we just accept that that's just going to be a part of our life.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hate seeing brown people have to accept that.
Yeah.
Of like, yeah, no, it's just like how life goes. And I'm like, no, fuck that.
Hard.
We're worth so much more than that.
Deserve more, bro.
We're worth so much more than that shit.
Yeah.
Like this is probably gonna be even more serious, and like
Let's go, bro.
Come on.
Let's go, bro.
this Ezra Mam Spencer shit. I did a video on it yesterday, and it got heaps of shit, which I knew. And the amount of comments that people have been like, but I've always been called a coconut and I never said anything, or I've always been called this and I never did anything. My thing is like, well, why do we have to not do anything? Why do we have to accept? We don't. Why do we subject ourselves to like all these experiences that have this hindrance of us, and then we've been conditioned to think that us fighting back against it or speaking out against it is disrespectful, is not part of our culture. Like, nah, fuck that. No other culture is that an accepted part of it.
They're not lenient as
Well, I think for that situation, bro, we got to look at it for the context that it's in. It's a footy game, and they're trying to kill each other.
That's not so much the part I'm commenting on. I was more meaning like people's attitudes towards the like. I've been called this, so he should just accept it too. So I'm more speaking to the person that's saying they've been called that, and I'm like, well, you never should have had to accept that in the first place, bro. So that's more what I'm meaning. Like the game shit.
The game is just all rough and puff, bro. But I totally get
that's not the shit that I'm like caught up on. It was more seeing people's attitudes towards
people.
We've always been called coconuts, and I've always just said nothing. And I remember this old dude commented. He was like, "People have always been racist to me, and I've just gotten to the point in my life where I'm like, whatever. It's water under the bridge. Like, just toughen up." And my response to that is like, bro, fuck that. Why do we have to like let water be under the bridge? Why do we have to accept it? Like, I'm the one that has to live with it. And that's where I'm kind of at now with
life.
Trying to empower like myself and like my people. Because especially with Fijians, like we're quite like passive, tend to be quiet people.
Very, very humble people.
Bro, 100%. And it's something that I'm so proud of my culture for, but then at the same time I'm like, I'm done sort of sitting by and like
letting shit slide.
Because again, like spending time in America and spending time with like black people, they don't let anything slide. Like if you called a black person something, they'd be like, "Oh, I wish you'd call me that." Whereas in our culture, we're like, "Oh yeah, no, it's sweet." Like, and me being able to put up with this, that means that I'm, more valuable because I can, I'm tough and I can put up with it. But no other culture do they put that pressure on themselves. So that's just kind of where I'm at. And I didn't mean to bring up that part to talk about
it's a yarn,
but it's just more recent.
Like,
I had that video. I watched it. I had it in a different way of looking at it. Because I was going through the comments and like people were going off about it. But I was thinking like, I don't know, maybe society has thrown it out in the world that we can be soft and we can, it's like people are taking everything to offense, and now everyone, anyone says, it has to be offenseful, or people have to show that they're offended by what they've said.
Yeah, well, even Daly Cherry Evans said it after when he landed back in Australia. He got back, and the media crew ran up to him. They're like, "Oh, how do you feel about this whole incident with blah blah blah?" And he goes, "Well, that's what you guys choose to take from it. Like you guys took that thing and ran with it. We had two amazing games, but the media wanted to.
They wanted to talk about
one thing, bro, 100%, bro. You know what I mean? And I get it, bro. But It's It was just the way it was handled. I think that's where it messed up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the media definitely blew that certain situation
Oh,
up.
for sure. And I'm definitely not disagreeing with that by any
Yeah.
means. But I
Bro,
think
your point is very valid. Bro.
Yeah.
100%. Because
there's
all
no
these
taking
cunts,
away
like,
from
I get it because we shouldn't. Like, you actually
Nah.
made me think we shouldn't.
why the fuck do we take it?
Yeah, 100%.
Because again, like Islanders, we don't understand. No other culture do they impose that pressure on each other.
Yeah.
Just take it.
yeah.
Hard.
You know, whatever
just
you're
a joke,
whatever
man.
you're
Yeah,
given.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not even that. Like, it's just a joke is such a massive part of it.
Yeah.
But not even that. It's like, even more like whatever you're given, accept that.
Yeah.
Don't ask for
Right.
anything more.
Right.
Whatever this person tells you, listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, this like, I think one thing, for example, like we're always brought up to, you know, respect our elders.
Yeah.
Anybody older than you, just listen to
You
what
give
they
them
tell you.
instant respect. Yeah.
And family, you know, and whānau, like, sure, you know, that's a very important value when you're growing up, important for when you're a kid. Then you become an adult. Who are the supposed, like, superiors, elders? They're your bosses. They're your managers. Those people don't know me.
Yeah.
They don't have my
Yeah.
best interest.
Yeah.
Well, how do
But
why,
I'm s- yeah.
Why should we give a fuck about what they?
100%.
Yeah.
But we're still indoctrinated in the way of like, oh yeah, we should just listen
Mm.
to what they tell me.
Yeah.
Because that's always how I've been
Yeah.
treated. And that's the point where I come from of
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
no, why the
Man.
fuck should I do that?
Yeah.
I shouldn't.
Mm.
Because at the end of the day, it's my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, you're not looking out for
Yeah.
me. So I'm going to like
100%.
look out for myself. And I guess ultimately that's where like the biggest point that I was trying to make
Yeah,
with it
yeah.
yesterday of like, we can get into it all day of, you
Yeah,
know, as
yeah,
a racist,
100%.
whatever. Like, that's not
Hard.
what I'm trying to
Yeah.
argue. My thing is like,
You came from
nah,
a different
hate-
angle, and you could see like people are taking this out of context.
Yeah.
Where like they're saying things, but no, that's not what we're meaning. Like this guy's going into a deeper level where he does
Shouldn't
have a
have to
fucking
take
point,
it.
bro.
Yeah,
Like you know what I mean?
100.
My thing is like, the point I was attacking was, now Mam's allowed to say that he doesn't fuck with that.
Mm.
And we should just be fine with that.
Yeah.
Because as people, I'm on the board of like, whatever Islanders care about is worth caring about.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's worth us speaking up for and fighting for.
That's
And I don't give a fuck what it is.
Yeah. Mad.
But it's worth it.
hectic.
So that's like I guess the biggest point I was trying to
Yeah.
make. And my old lady was the one that like pushed that on me.
Love
She's
that,
like,
bro.
bro,
Love that, bro.
don't let anyone tell you like who you are, bro.
Yeah.
Like, just fucking go
Yeah.
ahead and live your life, man.
100%, bro. We're proud, bro. Meeting you today, bro.
100%. This is what a yarn,
proud,
bro.
Proper proud of what you've done and what
Yeah,
you're going
man.
to do, man. And fucking
100%.
guys, as you can see, bro, this platform here, there's a Tongan, Māori, Fijian, Samoan, bro. Our people can do it too, bro. I
Fucking
don't
oath,
care what
100%.
any cunt says. Go
We're the
out and
best,
get
bro.
yours, bro. So
100%.
We're the greatest. We're the
100%,
greatest.
man.
100%.
Hey, before we finish up, bro, if you need any content done, bro, Trojan Studios,
Studios,
man.
baby. You know
Hey,
the
they do
vibe.
podcasts,
greatest.
content, music, all of that good stuff, man. So we need you. Go give them a follow if you need any of that, bro. Follow our socials, Bender Brothers, Joe Rogan. Oh, shit. Joe Daymond. All
Same
of that
apps.
good
It's
stuff,
Joe
bro.
Rotti.
Hey, love and blessings, bro. Bender Brothers out,
Come
man.
on
Let's
now.
get it.
Appreciate you, boss.
Fuck it, man.